Hello, everyone. Getting it all going as per usual. Okay. Hey, No Name. Thanks for being the first one here. Let me get this stuff going. Is that not on? No, it's on. Okay, let's try this. Hey, Ryu. And it's alive though. Interesting. It always does interesting stuff. This is, why is it on preview? There we go. That's odd. I haven't had to do that to me before. Hey, Chrissy. Oh, I just got dark. Why did I just get dark? I don't want to turn up the light. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I think. I don't know anymore. There we go. Hey, Crystal. Let's go to manage stream. Sounds impossible. It is an early stream for me. That is correct. AM. Well, barely AM, Bill, but like barely. Did I? No, I hit the right button. I just don't know why it got darker. I don't know. The puppers is going a little bit haywire back there. She's doing her thing. Good morning, everybody. Oh. Hey, Paul, Jaybird, Simon. You know, I just roll with the whatever trolls want to come in. They do what they want, you know? Listen, advice to everybody on the portrait stream. If you want to avoid, like, most of the hateful comments, you go over to the horizontal stream. Yeah, I know, Chris. I don't care about that. This is the puppy in the background going Cam. So funny. Why is somebody calling me at 9 a.m. in the morning, guys? That's what I want to know. Like, you ain't got nothing else to do? You call a number at 9 a.m. in the morning? How about 9:30 on a Saturday night? Like, hi, puppers. Oh, no, they're there on Twitch. Oops. Forgive me, TikTok. I was just momentarily bringing up another one, not telling anyone to go over there. But on the purple app, Belch, they're there, trust me. Why? It's not too early for you. Who? Where is it 9 a.m.? Oh, I mean, it is 9 a.m. in, well, almost 10 a.m. in California. Yeah, in Cali, it's almost 10. It's almost there. Oh, dang, I just saw that you guys have liked the summer. Stop that. $10.50 in Potato Land? I Then get some coffee or drink some water. I don't know what to tell you. It's got to be something, guys. You got to do something. Way too loud. What's up, puppers? What are you doing, puppers? Summer is the puppers. Yeah, that's the dog, guys. That's right. Tap up the screen. No, for real. Drink water. It's the healthiest thing you can do. It's the best thing you can do. Is drink some water, guys. Give me the sock. Give me the sock. Let go. Summer. So, I don't know if you guys realize that there's this thing with Australian Shepherds where they like to gather socks. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
6-7.
Yeah.
It's me again.
I know.
Now, hold on.
Oh, I didn't hang up on you. Just realize it's a... Oh. Is it, Zach? Interesting.
You're awesome!
Oof. Big Mike. Big question to start the day, guys. Or afternoon, etc. Yeah, that's true. It's either or. What are my thoughts on Donald Trump directly threatening... I'm just moving this down on this side. Directly threatening Chicago with the Department of War. 1 second. You gotta say it slower, and then,
my bad,
then
I was talking to my mom real quick. How are you on this fine evening?
Well, it's morning or afternoon, depending on where in the country you're at.
I'm in New Jersey.
So it's literally afternoon.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It's the most literal time is afternoon, 52. Man, go watch some football, right?
I mean, I'm not really a big fan of football, if I'm being honest.
Neither am I.
Jesus Christ. I'm a little bit sick, so, yeah, wish me luck, honestly.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I lose my mouse every time. I need to make it, I don't know. Okay. All right, so it's unconstitutional, Mike. That's going to be my first thing. There is no insurrection that is occurring anywhere in the country. There are no Wartime Powers Act that Donald Trump should be able to use in any part of the country in order to deploy the National Guard without the direct approval of the governor or the mayor. No, it's not. I was just saying something real quick. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
No.
All right, man. Have a good Sunday. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, how you doing? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 37. I love the show, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate that. Did you vote for Trump?
Only on the first term, but not on the second term. And I also want to say you have really nice milky tits.
Odd. So for those, like, it's not about just having crime. And Aaron, they most assuredly do need approval from the governor or the mayor. I'm so glad you are so familiar with any part of the law that goes over the National Guard. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hi. I have a question.
How old are you, kiddo?
Okay, I just wanted to let you know, it's not really safe for you to have your number up there.
Okay. You guys are so silly. Listen, I had somebody message me last week to be like, I have your location. We'll see how this pans out. And I'm like, it's been a week. You haven't seen me yet. Haven't seen you yet. Also, do people not realize that the Second Amendment exists in the United States of America? I live in a stand your ground state. Shh, it's okay, audioholic. They don't get it. He was just a kid, so. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
I have like a question.
How old are you, kiddo? Go play outside, man. Alright. It's Sunday. All the kids are out and about, apparently. Yeah, come on. Grow up. Oh, that's true, Mel. They do think that the 2A is only for them. Go play a video game or touch some grass. You are a kid. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Cool. How old are you?
First off, people do realize that
How old are you?
this might not be... Oh, I'm 30. Sorry.
Cool. Did you vote for Trump?
God, no.
All right, man. And that was a kid that told me it's not safe for me to have my number, so I don't put much stock into that. Yeah.
I do have a comment about the Second Amendment thing, and I'm curious to hear your opinion on... You saw the NRA is supporting queer Americans keeping their Second Amendment rights, despite the Trump camp being against.
That doesn't necessarily surprise me. They just want money.
Oh, I'm not surprised at that at all. I'm curious as to how you think this will play out on the political stage for them, how Republicans are reacting to it over time, and if you think it's going to actually make an impact.
Well, what I'll say, and I'll keep this brief, is what I'll say about, in regards to, goodness me, what's the word? In regards to shall not be infringed, right? The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, even though people are missing the punctuation that goes in between there. That includes all persons. It doesn't specify people that just agree with societal gender norms or anything like that. So it'd be hard pressed to win in court if they did try to enact a law that limited anyone that is a part of the transgender community from obtaining a firearm.
Yes, but what if they go about it using methods that already have worked? For example, in California, back during Reagan's governorship, they were able to successfully restrict firearms sales to Black Californians because of militant activity. In the past, they've also been able to restrict certain firearm sales due to mental health issues, and that is
mental health is
method
different. That's a red flag law that's allowed because it's looking for certain precursors.
You're awesome.
Yes, that is my point. That is the exact way that the Trump camp is saying that they're going to go about it. They want to
but they're state
ensure
laws, not
that we are
federal, and that's
considered.
going to be the biggest difference.
That is a good point. That's what I hadn't thought of.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. But I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you have a good day.
You too. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, kiddo, go outside, man. Play a game. Felipe, you haven't sent any bits. Just so you know. You haven't sent anything. I even went over and checked. Literally nothing. When Donald Trump is no longer president or not doing shit to fuck up the country, how about that? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Come on, kids. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm still 45.
Oh, okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. Twice.
You're awesome.
3 times, actually.
Oh, 3 times. You still support him?
Absolutely. I believe that the War Department is a really good way to it's not a branch of government. It's going to allow him to circumvent these judges that are trying to slow down his deployment of in Venezuela and other American cities to keep America safe.
Okay, so what you're telling me that the Pentagon, the DOW is not a branch of government.
It's quote unquote the War Department. There's no 1800s law that has War Department language, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so the 1878 law about posse comitatus, which was written when it was actually still called the Department of War?
Oh, maybe they were talking about posses on horses or something back then. I'm not sure.
You don't even know what that law is, do you? What is the...
Listen to you talk about it plenty of times. It's
yeah.
And you say it.
What does
I
it
wouldn't
do?
even be able to repeat it. Like I'd say posse and then coma, to something.
Okay.
But no, I think that what Trump's doing. You saw that footage of that boat. The boat was at like 100 miles an hour, and they blew it out of the sky with a F-35
And
warplane. That was amazing. Well, that's the
okay.
next debate.
I'm so glad that you celebrate death. That's cool. That's really odd. I bet you call yourself Christian too.
No, I'm a non-practicing Catholic, to be honest with you. But
oh yeah,
it's
you do realize that Catholicism falls under the Christian umbrella, or did you miss that part?
Yeah, I'm sure the Coast Guard gave them plenty of warnings. They probably blew a horn at them.
Oh,
Say,
sure.
Hey, guys, pull over. Pull that boat over. You're speeding. We believe you're running drugs.
And I just want to be clear, they blew the boat out of the sky, right? Right out of the sky.
No, they used an F-35 plane, and they used a missile. They should have used a MOAD. That would have been even more impressive.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it. That would have maybe put a tidal wave onto the shore of Cuba. Or I don't know exactly where they blew it out, but I'm just saying Trump's always one step ahead, and he can pull out as many laws from the 1800s. There's probably a law about like abusing a horse that they could probably try to put an injunction on something he's doing, but at this point, I think Trump's ahead of the game.
Yeah, you do realize that to actually rename an agency or department of government, it does require congressional approval. So do you actually know specifically what Donald Trump did to get around that?
No, I know I've been reading the articles. They're saying that
doesn't sound like you know it, and it's also not newly coined because, let's see, it was the original name of it.
Oh, well,
prior to 1947.
It's on the LA Times front page. That's where I was like, oh, the newly. I mean.
Oh, you just read the headline, is what you're saying.
No, not the headline. It was a front page. Like I said, it was on the front page.
Oh, so you read a headline with like 2 sentences.
I didn't flip
Got
over.
it.
No, you're right. I read the front page. That was it. I did not flip over. I didn't want to buy it.
And 2 sentences. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, maybe 3. Give me a little credit.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep it up. I'm glad to see you're doing good. And, we're always having fun with you. Life is good.
Cool.
Trump, baby, Trump.
Yeah, no, that's odd.
Well, at least I didn't comment.
I don't know what you were about to comment on. Guys, TikTok, get the likes up. Let's go, man. We should already be at 25,000 likes over on TikTok. Tap it away. I didn't do that in the first place, so maybe don't say weird shit. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did vote for Trump, yeah.
Do you still support him?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And how old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
What does that matter?
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. I'm just driving home right now. I saw this when I came through. To answer the question directly, more than most people on this call, probably don't support Trump as much as other people, but I would guess compared to you, I probably would be considered a Trump supporter. Um, just a guess.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Cool. And so you still actively support him and his administration and what he's doing while in office?
So I still believe that of the two options, especially considering that the Democratic
It's not
Party
about two
made
options,
it-
sir. I'm talking about who's actively sitting in the Oval Office, acting as President of the United States.
yeah,
He's 7 months into office.
it's
I'm
really
not here to
stupid that
rehash the election results
it's
because we
really
all know
stupid
that
that
Donald Trump was
spending a lot of
inaugurated
money
into
on a
office.
ballroom. But his foreign policy, I'd say, is probably pretty
You're
solid.
awesome.
I think the way he's handling domestic relations is pretty well, all things considered, especially
His
for
foreign policy is
what-
actively pushing our enemies together and even our allies together with our enemies. So I don't think that's really a good thing.
well, geographically, we aren't necessarily located in those
TikTok?
regions. So in a
I know you
situation
guys don't
where,
understand what terms of
there's
service is.
nuclear
As long as
warfare,
I'm not the
yeah,
one
that
that's
could definitely be a
driving,
problem, but for the
someone can
immediate,
say that
as
they
a
are. It doesn't matter.
American-born
It's
citizen,
literally me.
That's not necessarily a problem of mine, especially being a younger person. I think as a species, we really are in a place where it's really united or bust. Countries made a lot of sense, especially when language was a big barrier. But now that we have technology to constantly translate,
You're
the
awesome.
lines of countries seem a little bit more obscure than they would have, 50 some odd years ago.
Okay. And what policy has he done to what policy has Donald Trump enacted that you're supporting?
In general, I think the idea of using tariffs as a negotiating tactic, where basically the stance is, well, we're America, we're oceans away from all of you guys, and we have it. I mean, I'm not sure the future generation is looking the brightest, but we at least are still riding on the boomer era of these people that did things that affected the world greatly in a lot of positive ways. And, he's kind of using that as a negotiation tactic to basically tell these countries, we're going to royally screw you over unless you come to us and figure out how to actually help us.
Cool.
Because previous administrations on both sides have actively kind of sold out, especially my generation, to foreign countries where the youth in other countries kind of have a brighter future ahead than the youth here in America.
Cool. So can you tell me this? Who pays the upfront cost of tariffs?
In general, a lot of people have different ideas. You could say it's the consumer. You could say it's the business. You could say it's the country.
No, there's
I
really
really think-
one straight answer for it.
But I'm guessing you're going to say it's the consumer.
No. When
Okay,
I
well,
say the
who pays
upfront cost
upfront
of it,
cost
so
of
who's
tariff?
paying for the tariffs first and foremost? It is the American importer. So when we have a 35% tariff on a country like China, every Chinese good, anybody that is importing it,
Awesome.
importing a good, is paying for the tariff. So that could be, especially because, what is it, the Dominicus doctrine, Donald Trump just got rid of, which meant under that anything valued under $800 faced no charge or no tariff duty fee. So that meant like consumers such as you or myself, or a lot of the impoverished individuals that do buy de minimis, yeah, sorry, I can't say that one right. Such like impoverished individuals that don't have a lot of money that do buy from places like Temu or Shein, and I'm not necessarily saying that's a good thing, but they're now going to pay a 35% tariff on goods coming out of China that might not even ever make it to China, because he's getting rid of the de minimis policy that alleviated that. The shipper is selling more, like the people that are actively putting the item into transit, they're paying more to ship it to the United States, and we already have evidence of countries like Canada stopping all shipments coming into the United States that are under a certain value because it costs too much to move it into the United States.
So
You're
I guess
awesome.
what I would say is, let me ask you, why would hearing that make me, as a 22-year-old young guy, for one, who's trying to be an entrepreneur, why would that make me, somebody that's trying to build in this country, upset? Like, I don't want to have to rely on the people my age on the other side of the world. I want to be able to rely on my neighbor, not on some other
Why?
you
Because
know,
the cost
other
of
person
the
my
cost
age.
of that tariff does eventually get passed on to the consumer. We already have evidence of this happening.
So it is the
So
consumer.
no, it gets passed
That's where you're
on
gonna
to the
land.
consumer. It gets passed on. There's a very significant
only
difference.
if you're getting foreign products, though, right?
Sir, do you think, you realize that we have a tariff on aluminum, right? Donald Trump specifically
Yeah,
announced a tariff on aluminum.
I would guess we have tariffs on most foreign items right now.
Okay. Are you aware that there are 3 essential materials that go into producing aluminum foil, or just aluminum in general, that we cannot source anywhere within the United States of America? We don't have the raw materials in order to make aluminum start to finish 100% in America. So that's not only going to cause, and obviously Donald Trump doesn't realize this, right? Because now it's going to cause companies that were made and started in the United States of America, like Pepsi started in North Carolina, Coca-Cola also started in North Carolina. The cost of people buying soda is going to go up. The cost of you buying Campbell's soup is going to go up. No, I don't think you understand. Like, yeah, because Donald Trump doesn't know anything about what he's doing, because he's not consulting with people that would actually have this knowledge. If this is something that I can easily find on the internet and find out who can make what, or what materials go into what products, and then understand that we can't source these raw materials anywhere within the United States because we don't have the earth deposits in order for us to like mine them out and actually do something with them. And then I understand that the long-term effect of that, and I do mean long-term, is that everything that we use aluminum for is going to go up. That also means that the cost of you going out to restaurants, any restaurant except maybe fast food, is also going to go up because of aluminum foil that they use in their process of cooking. This is a widespread thing that's going to cause all costs of goods to go up for it permanently, as long as aluminum, as long as as long as we keep a tariff on aluminum, and the fact that, again, we can't source all of that, all of our prices are going to go up across the board for food, drinks, everything. And you just saying, well, it's going up. Yeah, you just saying that inflation going up across the entire planet is it's not a very good flex for you. It's not even a good point for you to make, because what we're going to do. Yeah. So do you know what inflation measures?
No. Explain it to me.
So when we look at the inflation rate being a 2.7%, that means that overall, so like on average, every cost within the country went up by about 2.7% month over month. That's what that means, or even year over year, depending on exactly how they're measuring it or what metric you're looking at. So that's what that's measuring. So that, yeah, we're always going to see a constant rate of inflation to some degree. The cost of goods is always going to go up a little bit at a time. But the fact that we went from a 2.4 inflation rate in March, and now we've had a consistent 2.7, meaning that it's now continuing to go up, and people seem to forget that the majority of tariffs didn't even go into effect on April 2nd, but they went into effect in August, which is why we saw a rise, which is why we saw the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, also increase, and the highest increase that we have seen since 2022. Your energy costs went up 13%. According to CPI, your food and grocery costs went up 14%.
Agree with that one.
Yeah, it all went up 14%. We are now starting to see the effects of the tariffs, and these are all short-term effects, but they're still happening, and we're still seeing this on a daily occurrence at this time. I don't
Yeah, I
think that
can-
individuals
I
such
can
as
agree
yourself
with-
really understand
Okay.
that tariffs are an extremely
Okay.
detrimental thing to the United States of
That's
America.
a great point of
Every
argument, to
single
just
no,
demean the person you're
it's a
talking
true.
with and say that they don't understand. That's
You
a great
don't.
place to argue from.
What?
Okay.
Why
Yeah,
did the
that's awesome.
Why did the Great Depression occur?
I'm not sure. Do you care to explain?
Yeah, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. Every time that
Okay.
we've had like a scare in our history, and this goes all the way back to the 1800s, it was because we increased tariffs on other countries. We've had recessions that occur because of tariffs. Every single time we implement a mass, widespread blanket tariff policy, our economy ends up going to the tank. It's just how
So
it starts to happen. That's when we see inflation
what do you think
increase
is the
and when
better
we see people
option?
get scared. What would be
So
the
what do you
better
think would be
option?
the better option? For,
Negotiate
like,
without
for,
having to
you know,
act like you're a tough guy. Because Donald Trump isn't tough. He literally, there's a reason why he's been called Taco. It's because he backs out.
a great concept, but do you have an actual like implementation plan, or is it just
Yeah.
Donald
So
Trump not
would you
tough?
would you
So how
want a
would you
suggestion?
implement
Yeah. So what I would start with is a piece of paper with an outline of a deal to present to other countries and have them review it and then have them make modifications, hand it back to us. And then we also go back and make any other additional modifications with an actual
So what-
negotiation. And then at the end of it, we have an actual signed trade deal that everyone can see instead of just some verbal argument that can be backed out of at any time, because a verbal agreement isn't binding on the international scale. Also, TikTok, let's get 2 more heart me's.
And the so do you have any idea of what happens if negotiations can't be made? Like, do we just stay in the same situation that kind of hurts the youth?
You do realize that these verbal negotiations that have already being had by Donald Trump, they're already being backed out of by other countries because he's lying about what they're doing.
I want to talk about your idea, because like I really want to find a solution. I'm very solution oriented, and I agree that it would be really great. Like, for instance, I agree that tariffs wouldn't be great, because as somebody that's trying to be an entrepreneur here, let's say I'm trying to start a business where I need aluminum foil, like I really do, and using like your point, like I can't source that from here.
Correct.
And it doesn't matter as an individual. If I try to start my own company and I try to negotiate with a company that can provide aluminum foil, Trump's tariffs are screwing me over, right? It would be awesome if those weren't there. But at the same time, like, we're 2 individuals. We are out of control of both of our governments making rules, because we have our government, but then they also have their government, which is a whole nother can of worms. And so I appreciate like the concept of the idea that like we propose a deal to them, they revise it, and then, you know, they kind of screw us over, but then we fix it and then revise it. But as I see it, when that happens, it tends to just go back and forth, right? And it doesn't actually ever get fixed. And so that's why I support the tariffs, in a sense that it really is kind of like a stiff arm of like, here's the thing. We have the power. We are America. And on top of it, like I said, our youth is kind of like screwed right now. I don't think that our future generations are going to excel as well. And so currently, the real negotiating power we have as a country is the freaking boomers, because we had generations upon generations of people that were not focused on family building. We allowed foreign countries to influence our society through the media, controlling how we think, to not let us be family oriented. Where now I'm inherently, I'm a white guy, but I'm in the minority purely based on population, because no matter what, I'm in the minority because there's more people older than me. So currently we have 20 some odd years before our negotiating power as a country leaves, because they're going to die. So that's why I don't mind the tariffs as much, because we could be in this 20-year negotiating match going back and forth, but when we lose our negotiating power, we're kind of screwed. Meanwhile, the tariffs put us in a position where we can really be like, right now, we are America, and we're going to screw you over unless you give us the deal we want. And it's not like it's going to work every single time, but there's so many countries. You know, this country, it falls flat. This country, it did really well. This country, it's not.
Can you land your plane?
Like I said, I don't support building a ballroom. I didn't vote, period.
Okay.
Because I'm young enough
Hold on.
where I don't want to get roped in.
I just want to be clear when we're talking about tariffs. No, dude, stop. You have gish galloped the fuck right now. You can pause. You're done gish galloping. You can pause for a moment. Yes. W poly readers. Yeah, no, here's the problem is you're saying that the United States putting a tariff on another country is screwing them over when in fact it's not. I don't think you're understanding that part. It's not screwing over another country. They can still sell things to us all fucking day long. It's an importer that has to...
And we make money on it.
No, we are making money off of American importers, American citizens, American companies. When you have to prioritize, like in order to just bring products in, you're paying an upfront cost, right? And unfortunately, companies don't want to eat into their profits. So we have companies like Procter & Gamble, you know, the ones that make Tide, already have announced 2 months ago, and I'm surprised, I guess you've missed this, already announced 2 months ago that they are having to increase their cost of goods, the consumer price, because they can no longer eat up the cost anymore like they already had been prior since April, right? So they're increasing the price, and that's because they have to pay an upfront cost just to get the good onto the market, onto the shelves, into the United States of America. Which means they're already suffering. I don't think people realize, like one person that sent a chat, which I'm going to get to you in a moment, B. Perez,
What are they selling?
Tide, for example. That's one thing that they sell. Okay, cool.
Tide?
Let me continue. Thank you.
So, like, for an example... I'm understanding because I don't want you to elaborate on something I don't understand.
I use them as an example. Cool beans.
Who? I'm not sure what company.
Doesn't matter. I'll circle back to it. This isn't the point.
Sure, it doesn't matter because that's kind of the whole point.
Okay, I'm gonna continue to talk. Thanks. All right. Okay. So we have someone like B. Perez in my super chats, which thank you. I'm gonna read through it. Okay, saying that having all of these tariffs are going to bring back manufacturing to America when companies such as Procter & Gamble, Hyundai, Honda, LG, GE, all of these, GM, right? All of these companies that have manufacturing plants within America, if they are now paying an upfront cost just to continue to get their current goods into the market, they don't have money to set aside to put money into the infrastructure that is required in order to open up a new manufacturing plant anywhere in the company, because they're having to shell out money out of their pocket in order to just get goods in to continue to sell the product so that they continue to even make money on the back end to start with, because they have to have product in order to sell that. I would assume that you understand that part, right?
For sure.
Cool. So when you're saying things like tariffs are helpful, they're not. They are a net negative to companies. Well, and we already know that people don't even follow what the tariffs are intended to do, such as Donald Trump himself. Because in 2015, when he came down his golden escalators and he sat down and had an interview with Kelly Turr of MSNBC, he was specifically asked, if you implement blanket tariffs, since you have your Trump ties are manufactured in China, are you going to bring back your manufacturing from China into the United States? And do you want what the best thing was that he said? What if his answer was no, because it's still cheaper to produce it in China than it would ever be to produce it in the United States of America. And you know what? All of his businesses still manufacture all of their shit in China and other countries. So isn't that funny that the president himself acknowledges that tariffs are ineffective in 2015, but all of you individuals that voted for him seem to have missed that interview that I clearly remember watching in 2015.
I've never voted for a single damn president in this country. This system's been rigged ever since I've been alive. So don't rope me into that. I guess the last
Nah, I'm good then if you didn't even vote, bro. Let me get through some of these chats real quick. There's a bunch of them. I'm so sorry I keep hurting your feelings, Felipe, to the point that you continue to come back. So who's the loner? If you come back every day and then you continue to give me your money, thank you. Based off of what poll, Perez, I can find more polls that are showing him with a negative approval rating than I can find with him a positive approval rating. So that's not true. But thank you for the $4.99. Yes, so undisclosed. In order for you to be able to call, my phone line has to be open. I have to not be on an active conversation, because if I'm in an active conversation, I'm not going to continue to let the phone ring in my ears or anyone else's. Costs of tariffs are paid by American importers and later consumers as an incentive to buy and build American, bring jobs back. No. That's all I'm going to say is just no. I can't. Thank you, Jacob, for the 99 cents. Big Mike, listening to this guy right now, it's wild to see the hoops that Trump supporters will mentally jump through to try and justify how badly he's wrecking stuff and still articulate it poorly. And they say it with such confidence. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, it's just the same as Friday when everyone was coming in and they were so confidently wrong and wanted to continue to say that there is no president over Puerto Rico. It's embarrassing, and they just say it. They are so confident with everything that they say. All right, and then Frankie says, thank you for the $19.99. So based on the three choices between Harris and Biden, which would you have decided to vote it during the election in 2024? Because as far as I'm concerned, we got the better of three evils. So here's what I love when people do something like this. So when you say the word evils, you are bringing it to a claim of morality. And when we're looking at the individuals out of the three that you gave as options, and we're basing it on a scale of morality, we have the least moral individual in office. The one that has been caught on tape saying that he admits to violating consent of a woman. I don't even wait, I just kiss them. I don't even wait for permission. I just do it. Grab them by the hoo-ha, right? The person that has been accused 33 times of sexual assault by 33 different women. One case won, correct? With the E. Jean Carroll case. That one was won. It was proven in a civil court, and he was held civilly liable for sexual assault. Okay, and then based off of the percentage of how many of these are false reports that we know of, statistically speaking, being less than 3%, if we have 33 women, it's less than one person would be telling a story falsely or would be making a false allegation by this metric, less than 3%, right? So that means less than one person out of the 33 or 34, somebody puts that in there. So when you're saying specifically evil, you are, again, bringing it to a level of morality. And Donald Trump has broken the commandments of the Bible, right? He cheated on his first wife with his second wife with his third wife. Cheated on his third wife with the corn star. And then not only cheated on her with the corn star, tried to pay off the corn star by embezzling campaign funds to pay her off. And then modified his business records. And then was held, guess what, criminally liable for 34 counts of falsifying business records. Can you tell me on what level has it ever gone so far for Harris or Biden that you would bring them down to a morality level of calling them evil? They don't fit anything. Even if you say that she slept with a man while he was still actively married but legally separated. Yes, she had one case of adultery. Congratulations. Donald Trump has 4 that we know of. Cool. Biden has 0. Do I think it's weird that Biden, like, was overly affectionate with kids? Abso-fucking-lutely, it was weird. That was weird. 100%. Donald Trump is the one that went on Howard Stern and bragged about being able to walk into the changing rooms of Miss Teen USA in his own admitted terms of varying stages of undress. His own admitted terms. But you want to call them evil, which again is bringing it to a level of morality. Oh my god, that's funny. I like the name. I love that so much. Thank you for the 99 cents. Gamer, as a Puerto Rican, can we double back for a second? Puerto Rico doesn't have a president, but USA technically own us. Also, Trump a diddler. So, Gamer, I encourage you to go watch my video. So you have what is considered a head of state, which is still the president of the United States. And if you just simple Google search anywhere, it does still say that the president of the United States is the president over Puerto Rico, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have primaries and you wouldn't have delegates pledging themselves to presidential candidates at the RNC or the DNC. Puerto Rico has super delegates that go to the RNC and the DNC and put their delegate votes behind presidential candidates. You may not be able to vote for a president of the United States, but you certainly have a say in the primary. Your delegates have a say at the conventions. You have a say, you have a voice, you have a president of the United States of America. Donald Trump is the president over Puerto Rico. Yeah, and then what did Ashley Biden say about her diary, Fritz? Did she say that her diary was stolen and then that it was modified? Oh, wow. Specifically about that portion. I'm so glad that you guys know anything about this. Look up Project Veritas and the fact that people were charged with it. Charged criminally with having stolen and modified her diary. All right, let me open up these phone lines before I forget real quick. Dakota says it's Sunday and all the Trumpers are on their knees praying for their orange cheese flavored savior. I don't disagree with you. What did I never say? Oh, she did. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You are a kid. Please go outside. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 21.
Cool. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
Yeah, I still support him.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2003.
Awesome. All right. So what is the main reason that you still support Trump?
I voted on immigration, and I think he followed through with that.
Okay. In what way? What policy?
The border.
What policy?
What do you want? This is semantics at this point.
What policy?
The border.
I didn't ask what you voted on. I asked specifically why you're still supporting him.
I told you. The border.
Yeah. What policy?
Illegal immigration.
What has he done? What policy? Can you quantify it?
He's closed the border. He's vetting more.
How? How is the border closed?
The deportations.
How is the border closed? How is the border closed?
You have to let me finish.
You're not answering my question. You're trying to ask another question in order to answer mine, which is not how you have a conversation in any way, shape, or form. So how is the border closed, or what did Donald Trump do in order to close the border? I'll wait.
It's just semantics. An argument is semantics. Like, is there a wall? Is there a giant wall that makes it impossible into the country? No.
Oh, so the border's not closed.
That's why I said semantics. Do you know what semantics means? Do you understand this?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think you understand how this isn't a semantical argument because actually words have meaning. And when you say stuff, silly stuff like the border is closed, which is an incorrect statement, it's a false statement, that's when you start to kind of like trail off and realize that words lose their meaning when you're using them in a incorrect way. So the border has never been closed, just as it has never been wide open, right, in our time, correct? So it's not just about semantics. This is about words having meaning and some individuals' inability to understand that words have meaning.
It's like when Biden was in and people would say the border's wide open, you know?
And that was an
There's
incorrect
still a wall
statement.
there. Exactly. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm 21. I'm not some like wordsmith out here knowing exactly what's going on, but I'll tell you, I voted on immigration because there was so many illegals coming in, you know? And I'm sure we're not going to agree on that. There's 10 million, dude.
10 million what?
Encounters there's 10 million encounters.
And
what is
CBP? How does CBP define encounters? Can you tell me that?
How do they define it?
Yeah. So let's see. Let me forget I have to add that word on there. Is any interaction between U.S. Customs and Border Protection and a removable alien, including people unlawfully crossing the border between official ports of entry, individuals deemed inadmissible at a port of entry, and those expelled under Title 42 Public Health Order. So when you're talking about that there were 10 million encounters, which isn't even the correct number, mind you, that means every single one of those encounters, 8.4 million encounters between October 1st, 2024.
Excuse me.
Let me finish. Thank you. 8.4 million encounters between October 1st, 2020 and September 30th, 2024. That means those 8.4 million people were all rejected by Customs and Border Protection. That's how they define encounters. That is what they mean when they're saying that there were these encounters, is that these were all people that were considered a removable alien and they were deemed inadmissible into the country, meaning they were rejected at the border. Does that help?
I'll concede that. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'll say
this is what I say. Words have meaning.
Okay, but and you can tell me if I'm wrong here. Would you say there were more illegals in general? I'll say, you know, encounters at the border, you know, illegals sneaking in and things like such during the Biden administration. We're talking about Trump, I know, but were there more, do you think?
You mean people that we just don't know that entered into the country?
I know. There's not going to be a stat because we don't know about them. But
yeah, we don't know.
Be honest. Play with me. Like.
No, we just don't know.
Do you think so?
No, it's unquantifiable.
Okay.
We don't know.
You don't think there are. You don't think there are. All right.
No, it's unquantifiable.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. But yeah. Do you agree, real quick, I just want to hear your stance on this. I'm sure I know it already, but the deportations, what do you think of how Trump has initiated that with California and things like such? And military troops being deployed.
Yeah.
Boots on ground and things like such.
For one, military troops cannot be used as a police force against United States citizens. Not only has that been... I'm not done.
All right, go.
Fantastic. They can't be used as a police force, period, on U.S. soil. That's literally against the law, and it's been deemed as such. Just as the fact that the way that they're conducting specifically immigration raids in California have also been deemed to be illegal because they admitted in open court that they were doing it based off of where they work and then their appearances, which is racial profiling, which has always been illegal in our country. And thank you so much for becoming a member over on the Tube of U's. It's already moved way too fast. I can't catch it. Can we get 4 more members today?
Are you sure it's soil or is it citizens?
On U.S. soil, the military cannot be used as a police force. The only thing that they're able to do, especially for the ones that are like deployed at the southern border, is literally they can call up on their radio and be like, hey, Captain Roger, we have a potential encounter over at longitude 3.5. I don't know. They'd be like, hey, over at our position, we see some people, come and get them to CBP. That's literally all they can do, is basically point and say someone's over there. They can't arrest them. They cannot pick them up. Similarly enough, that for the 300 National Guard members that are still allowed to be in California, the only thing that they're able to do is just drive around with ICE and CBP, and that's it. They can't encounter anybody. They can't roll up on anybody. They can't stop anybody. The only thing that they can do is potentially just protect ICE. That's all they can do. They cannot participate in any raids.
What do you morally think of illegals and things like such? Should, like, in your perfect world, would you let them all in? Anybody who needs, you know what I mean?
Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks, Marcy, for that. So as far as that, no, most people have a head on them and understand that open borders is not necessarily a good thing. Now, for those that are suffering some kind of injustice that they're running for, I agree with the asylum process. I agree with the refugee process that we have. I agree with the parolee, TPS. I agree with all of the processes that have always been here with the United States in the modern day history that we know of it, right? Do I think that we should just let everybody in? No. We have the checks. We have the balances. We have the background checks that we do on these individuals that are attempting to come into the country on all levels. And I support those. I do not support sending people to fucking gulags in other countries that they are not from. Specifically, there's one gentleman that, yes, he 100% should have been deported to his home country of Jamaica, because he did commit a crime in the United States of America, served his time in jail. He should have been sent back to Jamaica. But instead of that, he was sent to, I might be wrong on the country, but I believe it was South Sudan, and is now back in prison after he had already spent 3 years on American soil outside of prison after serving his 25 years in prison. That's fucked up. He's now back in a prison, not being able to talk to attorneys or his families, and another country, even though Jamaica has put out a statement saying that we would have taken him back. We were open to taking him back. But the Donald Trump and his administration put out a press release saying that their home countries didn't want them. So that's inhumane. Yeah, that's why I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support somebody that actively is doing things to be cruel and inhumane. Similarly enough, that the only reason why now they're talking about sending Kilmar Abrego Garcia to Uganda is because he turned down a plea deal. They were willing to send him to Costa Rica, and Costa Rica's like, we'll take him. But he said no to a plea deal because he wanted to have his day in court. And now they're like, oh, so Uganda. Let's just be extra cool and put you in a prison in Uganda and circumvent your right to due process in this country.
Yeah, that's fucked. The Kilmar Garcia one was really fucked up because I think even like your side of the political spectrum would say that he's pretty fucked up. Like, he did some fucked up shit.
Once it's been proven in court, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't.
No, I totally agree with you. He's morally he's fucked up, but he's still. I don't care if he's Hitler. He should still have due process. So I agree with you. Yeah, I'm still figuring this shit out, so I appreciate it. I'm really open-minded, for real. I mean, I'm a Trump dude, but he's done some fucked up shit. Like, morally, he's a fucking horrible person. I'm not saying he's a saint, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you go.
All right, thanks, man. Okay, guys, the likes are moving way too slow over on TikTok. We are supposed to have 100,000 likes every hour. We're 59 minutes in and only have 58,000. So, you guys have 5 minutes to get it up to 75,000, or we are going over to sub-only chat on the Tiki-Talkie streets. So be sure to be tippy-tapping that screen. There's 359 of you in here. And also, if you're new here, Oh, that was cool. I've never seen that GIF before. That was cool. Thank you, Moose. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that follow button up at the top. All right. Gamer, yeah, a lot of people forget that there are super delegates for Puerto Rico and for the Virgin Islands that actually put their backing behind candidates for the President of the United States. So I am glad that I was able to teach you something on there, honestly. But yes, unfortunately, Puerto Rico is owned, and if any state is going to become the 51st state, it should be Puerto Rico. You ever notice how a lot of these folks seize upon a single word and just repeat it even though they don't really understand what that word means? Yes. 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 They do it all the time. Words have meaning. Words have meaning. Words have meaning. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18, 2007.
I don't talk to 18-year-olds. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
No, you're not. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. Did you vote
Born
for
in
Trump?
2001.
Awesome.
No, I didn't. I just had a quick question for you.
What's up?
So I have a couple friends that are Trump supporters, and you know, I argue with them quite a bit from time to time, and I pull up sources and all of that kind of stuff, and I don't really have any, you know, I can't ever get through to them on anything. You know, like we discuss topics, and it's cordial. It's not like, you know, we're screaming at each other on anything, but it's not really like I feel like I ever have the power to kind of change their mind about anything. And I know that's not really the point of political discourse, is to change other people's opinions, because, you know, people are going to believe what they're going to believe. But what strategies do you have for talking to people that just don't really want to hear what you have to say, I guess?
Okay, so for me, it's a little bit different, right? Because I have this platform, and what I'm doing here, it's not to change the mind of the individuals that I'm necessarily talking to. It's to change any kind of mind, or just give someone a second pause on the things that they're saying, to take a moment and think again. And then I always encourage everybody to look up everything that I say if I don't put it up on the screen myself, right? And like, they can always double check me, fact check me, whichever, right? So I don't go into a conversation looking to change their mind. I go into a conversation hoping to change someone else's mind that's listening in. Out of the, gosh, how many people are watching me right now? Let me see.
I think last time
over
I looked,
1,000 people between all platforms. So yeah, like I'm not trying to change the one individual that I'm speaking to. I'm trying to change the mind of the over 1,000 people watching, or
Yeah,
I'm trying to make them think more. So the only thing that you can do when you're having a one-on-one conversation with friends is speak your piece. Say your thoughts, tell them what you're thinking, give them sources if you have them, or show them what you have found to show facts for. And if they can't accept it, that's a them problem, not a you problem. And I think that's important to remember.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I hadn't really thought about that before. It kind of blows my mind that when I talk to people and I give them valid sources, like, you know, it's coming from a .org or a .gov, or sometimes even, you know, from White House press releases and stuff like that, and they're just, oh, like that's not real, that's AI. I'm like,
That's funny. I like that one. That's not real, that's AI.
Official source. It's not. I don't know.
Well, no, man.
Anyway,
I appreciate
I guess
that.
That was my piece.
Yeah, no problem. Well, you have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
All right. Let's see. I don't know who these individuals are, or if they're still here. Oh, Soroski, I got told I'm not human, right? So remember that. I know you're not here. Oops. Hi, are you there?
I clicked by error.
Okay. Have a good one. Thank you, Chris. I love Leon the kitten. It is like the best one. Thank you, Chris. It was so cute. See, I don't think she meant to come up either. It's one of the cutest.
Yeah,
Hi.
they did it. They sent it wrong.
Did you mean to click up, Allie?
That's cute first. Well, I was supposed to hold my phone. But we'll see.
I'm assuming that was a misclick too. So easy to misclick on Tiki Talkie. You guys are slaying these likes. Thank you. W's for Chris in the chat, guys. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
15.
Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Howdy.
Okay. How old are you?
37.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Do you still support him?
Yes.
Strange. Why do you still support him? Not able to quantify it.
Nigger.
Grow up. Tracks. All right. Fucking weird, guys. What were you like? That's so cute. I haven't seen that one before. Thank you, Matt. That was so cute. I don't know what that one is. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh, nice. Can you hear me good or not?
I can.
Hello?
How old are you?
21.
Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't, but I do
thanks,
support
man.
the stuff he's doing.
I'm sure right now I'm still only talking to Trump supporters who voted for him too. Thanks. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Do you still support him?
Definitely.
Awesome. So really quickly, Vetty wants to ask, why don't I talk to 18-year-olds? Well, that guy specifically didn't vote. He was born in 2007, which means that he did not vote in this election. So, anyways, caller, what is the main reason that you still support Trump?
I would definitely say, so I'm active duty military, and Republican side definitely supports military and military pay. So I would say that's like the main reason that I do.
Who has given the largest pay increase to the American military armed forces pay in the last 20 years?
I'm not sure.
Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, like, last year? Or went into effect this year?
No, it went into effect before this year.
So then the one that went into effect this year was who?
Also would have been the one that was passed in 2024, but I'm talking about the 5% raise was in, like, 2023.
So my main reason for calling you was I'm just trying to figure out, so if your whole stream is like
4.5% is
I get
the
it's
increase.
debates, right?
Got it. It's not.
If
It's
your
a
whole thing is like
conversation.
debates, why do you always talk over people?
Because it's
That's like
not...
your number one thing that you do every single stream is you just talk over people.
Can you tell me where anywhere it says debates on here, or does it say conversations?
Well, it's not really a conversation if it's one-sided.
They get a talk. I let them pretzel themselves into a hole all the time. Sorry if it upsets people when they say something that's absolutely silly or they walk themselves into the point and I point out the point to them and like dig into it.
So the whole point of your stream is like to divide people. That's how you're getting your views and getting your money.
It's not. I'm so glad you're not listening. I clearly laid it out for the... Thank you. I love that one. Thank you, Dan. No, dude, I literally already expressed what the whole idea was already. I'm glad you were listening. The caller before you.
I know. It's so funny that, like,
you think you're smart and you just sit in your
I
room
mean,
all
right
day and
now-
do nothing and argue with
Right
people
now,
on the phone.
I just want to be
I think
very
that's
clear.
so funny.
You are unable to articulate why you still support Trump, especially as somebody that is in the United States Armed Forces, which thank you for your service. I will also say that you're an oath breaker in this case as well, and I don't really care if you disagree with me in any way, shape, or form on that. This is my opinion. So let's be clear. You're not able to articulate why you still support Trump, so you go into this tone policing of me, not even understanding that, oh yeah, and you hung up, not me. Sad little... What is this? Oh, that was so cool! Guys, I wish on the red app or the blue app you guys could see. I wish you guys could see the TikTok gifs. They are so cool. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
I am 18.
I'm sorry. I don't talk to 18-year-olds. Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? I know.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
37.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Awesome. Do you still support him?
I do. Now, I want to point out I was one of the previous callers. I don't know if you noticed, but I put up my microphone to the toilet and I took a nigger.
Wow, you're weird. Really quickly, TikTok, I'm going to mute you for a second. Guys over on YouTube, can we get 2 more members on this stream? We already got 3, and thank you guys so much for becoming members. It does help me continue to do this for about 2 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week. So I do appreciate that oh so much. I just need 2 more, and if anybody's able to subscribe on Twitch, don't worry, I am reading your comments. There's just a lot. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm 47. I did vote for Trump both times, and I have a very articulable reason of why I do still support him.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
a
well,
good start. Why
first
do you
of
still
all-
support Trump?
Oh, let me say this. I never became a Republican until Ron Paul, and that's what got me actually into politics. So in the end, I'm really a Ron Paul Republican, but Trump's the closest thing we got.
Ron
and the reason I support him,
Paul
yes,
doesn't like Trump.
that's fine.
And Trump
you
doesn't
know, I
like
would
Ron
support-
Paul. He
That
insults
doesn't
him all the
matter to me.
time.
That doesn't matter to me. That
Okay.
doesn't matter to me if they like each other. Now, the reason I support Trump, I didn't support him until the day he came down the escalator and he said, I'm going to get the illegals deported. Now, that may not matter to you, but that matters to a lot of people. I grew up in this country when we didn't have a lot of illegals. It was kind of a joke. They all lived in California, which was true
Hold
at the
on.
time.
You said you're 47, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you
I was born in
realize that's
1978.
not true. Okay, let me pull this up.
1978.
I love this. All right. Let's see. I wanted you to zoom in, not zoom out. Yeah. How many illegal immigrants do you think were in the country in the 1980s?
In the 1980s, it was probably somewhere in the 3-4 million range, if I had to guess.
It's actually a little bit less. It got that high in the 90s.
Yeah.
See, people
Okay, so
forget.
then you're-
Or sorry, no, these are
that's
the
my point.
entries.
Okay,
My
hold on.
bad. Nope, these are just the entries. Hold on, let me put this up.
Uh-huh.
This comes directly from the Department of Homeland Security. So sorry, these were just the entries. Period of entry. Okay. So yeah, they actually quite a bit, and these are just. Oh no, these are just the people that are still in the United States that entered in during that time.
Look,
Got it.
I,
Yeah, no,
and
they
here's
still.
what I would say.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people.
I
that came
wish
in
we
there.
could have an open border with Mexico. I wish we could have it just like we in the 90s, in the early 2000s, like we had the border in Canada that was wide open. I wish we could have had the same with Mexico. And it's not the Mexicans that are actually the problem. It's the people that are streaming from south of them. They're coming through Mexico. And we all most people just assume everybody's Mexican when they don't speak English, which is not true. So it's not Mexico that I per se have a problem with as far as Mexicans. I wish we could have an open border with them, but it hasn't worked. You know, I grew up in a small town in Alabama, and I remember I left that town in 1996 to go into the military. And I went to Germany for 2 years. My grandfather passed away, and when I came back, the city was flooded with Hispanics who were taking the jobs that people like my father did. Now, my father, he didn't graduate high school. He was in the class of people who were integrated in Alabama with black people at schools. So he didn't hate black people. Listen, everybody in the South, every society I've been in uses the N-word. Okay, from Seattle, Washington, where I have kids and I visit all the time, all the way back to Alabama, where I used to live. That you hear it. Okay, people get mad. I don't think people just say stuff and then that means that they're a certain type of thing. People get emotional. But the reason I still support him is this: he finally did exactly what he said he was going to do. And he wasn't allowed to do it in the first term because even the Republicans were against him.
No, he wasn't allowed to do it in the first term because he had to come out on national television in May of 2019 and admit that in his first 2 years of presidency, he hadn't done shit and declared an emergency. No, he did. He could have. He could have. He could have. They signed over 200 pieces. They signed over 200 pieces of legislation in his first 2 years of presidency. They signed over 200 pieces of legislation by the Republicans because the Republicans had the majority in the House and in the Senate his first 2 years of presidency. They could have. They didn't introduce anything to fix immigration. Similarly enough, that since September 7th, and they haven't done shit to fix immigration. No, they haven't done. The only thing that they've done. Let me ask. Oh my gosh, you sound you've discredited yourself by saying that. What has an illegal immigrant done to adversely affect your life personally? You personally. You got
it. And listen.
No. Answer the question. What has an illegal immigrant done to personally affect you, yourself, and you alone personally?
The influx of illegals have taken the spot of people basically flooding the rent market. Okay? They've caused the inflation. They are the reason for the inflation.
What do you need in order to apply for a rental property?
Oh, you need. Well, let's go over that because let me tell you something.
You need credit, right? And you need a social security number or an ITIN number. Do you think that somebody that is an illegal immigrant that has no credit rating in the United States with Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian, that they're able to just rent a home from people that are able to like rent out homes? Like I'm so curious by this talking point that everybody has, that everybody thinks that they're somehow taking all of these homes from people when they don't have ITINs or social security numbers or a credit rating within the United States to take these homes.
And
you are actually showing your bigotry. I'm not going to call you racist, but I will call you a bigot.
First of all, I have mixed kids, so be careful calling me a bigot.
Oh, you are? No, we're not tokenizing on this live. That's disgusting. Bro. He talked for a minute and didn't land his plane, and you guys are complaining, well, don't interrupt him. I didn't for a minute until it just got out of hand. I even mute it. Like, you see. See, now you can hear me. When it goes red over here, that means I muted. I literally muted, sat back, and let him talk. Don't interrupt him.
Hear me.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Over here.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
21.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Do you still support him?
Kinda.
Kinda. What would be one thing that you still support him on, I guess?
Well, to be honest, I really don't support him. The things that I'm just hearing on the stream are just crazy from these people who are just like completely illiterate. A lot of these southern dudes just like want to see, they want to see racism come back because they're just mad that
They do.
you know a lot of other people are getting the jobs that they used to have, and quite frankly, they're just so lazy and so mad to do anything about it that they just want to complain and blame other people. When they say that there's illegals taking our jobs, it's the same jobs that they have availability to, and to be quite frank, they have first come first serve because that's how this country was built. They just want to reclaim white supremacy. That's just what they want. And to be honest, like a lot of these guys are just so scared and so like, you know, dug in a hole they can't say it out loud. But when it all boils down to their like talking points, they're just white supremacists and they just don't want to say it. So I just appreciate like, you know, your stream and what you do. It's pretty cool.
All right, well, I appreciate that, man. You have a good Sunday. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
39.
Awesome. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
I want to be clear that I only support one aspect of him. I don't like him as a person, and I regret voting for him. Actually, after everything that's been happening, I do want to say that I am somewhat pleased, or on a happier note, where we are as far as immigration versus when the last party was in the House. Specifically, I feel this way because myself and many other American people cannot afford the cost of living, and it's very upsetting.
I'm going to keep this short, and sorry, I was trying to stop the beeping coming through. Do you think that increase of cost of living is strictly a United States issue right now?
Excuse me?
It is?
Sure.
So no other country in the world is experiencing an increase in their rent, their home prices?
Who said that?
I was asking you.
You asked me about the U.S., not the world.
No, I said, do you think that the United States is the only country in the world that is experiencing a cost of living increase? And you said
well,
yes. No.
I didn't hear you.
Gotcha. Yeah. So this is not an issue that is unique to the United States, which means that the immigration cannot be the net negative that is causing an increase in cost of living, because not all countries allow immigrants into their country. Even Switzerland, which everybody should know is very hard to get into. Extremely difficult to get into.
I just called in. And
oh, did I hang up on the last guy? Oops. I thought I declined your call.
Maybe you did.
Oops.
Okay.
My bad. That explains a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you vote for Trump?
Go on. Yeah.
Do you still support him?
Of course.
How old are you?
22.
That's true, T Monty. My bad. It doesn't surprise me, honestly. Okay.
You gotta get your shit together. Go on.
You first, bro. You still support a president. That is a piece of shit. So why do you still support Trump?
Because I can, and you can't do anything about it.
Can you articulate a reason?
Yeah, of course.
What is it?
Because I can.
That's not a reason. That's your thoughts and feelings. So what has he done in his 7 months of being president that gives you a reason to still support him?
What hasn't he done?
Ah. Okay. Well, wipe that Cheeto dust off your nose.
Seriously.
Thanks, Kez. I appreciate that. Guys, I will totally laugh at myself for that one. That was actually funny. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, it's me again. Let me say, I will give you a reason I didn't support Joe Biden, but I can tell you some good things he done.
Okay.
And one of the things that people don't
Who
like
is
to
me
talk about,
again?
it's me, the guy you hung up on because
On
I said
accident.
all of my children weren't.
Oh, no, you're oof. No, bro. Ugh. No, I'm not talking to the tokenizer again. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're weird. Stop calling back. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yeah, I was just disconnected, so I wanted
Yeah,
to
that
call
was on
back.
accident. Thank you, man.
No problem, no problem.
Okay,
but
so-
thank you for taking my call again.
Yeah,
So,
the
if
question
let
I
me
was
finish
trying to
the
ask
other
you. The question I was trying to ask you is, do you think that the increase of cost of living is strictly a United States issue, or is it experienced globally?
The short answer is no, but I want to be allowed to complete what I was attempting to say to make my point. What I wanted to continue in saying is it's very frustrating to see. So my stance was I only support Trump on one aspect, solely one aspect of his presidency, and that is the immigration issue. The reason I support only this action, and that's why I voted for him, even though I regret voting for him, is because, and what this is my point, is the cost of living, and a lot of American people are suffering right now, and it frustrates me, and I feel many, many American people feel frustrated when we are continuously supporting financially people who are not born in this country when we should be focusing on our own people. So this is the reason that I voted for him. I don't agree with anything else, but I do support him as far as attempting to dramatically control the people that we are supporting when we should be focusing on American people who cannot afford basic things.
So let's try this a little bit real quick. What federal money were illegal immigrants receiving?
You know, I'm not a person who's, I call to tell you my opinion. I don't have things written down, but if I were to open up
That's
a newspaper
fine.
or use ChatGPT, I could make a list and get back to you. But I know for a fact, just off the top
Saying
of my
I don't
head,
know is an
that
acceptable
things
answer.
such as Medi-Cal and people going to hospitals, like the taxpayers are paying for these people to come here
I'm glad
and
you
get
brought that
medical
up.
services.
So when I'm gonna, and that's why we're just having a conversation. It's very nice right now. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Medi-Cal is a specific state piece of legislation. They cannot put any federal money into Medi-Cal that is going to illegal or undocumented immigrants. So when I specifically asked you what federal money is being paid to illegal or undocumented immigrants, the answer is $0 because it's already been a law, a piece of legislation that's been in place since 1969 that makes them ineligible for any federal assistance. Now, if a state decides to do it on their level, that falls under the 10th Amendment, states' rights. That's their choice to do it. Yes, we have EMTALA, which says that every person that goes into the emergency room is entitled to just have enough necessary medical care to simply stabilize them, unless you're a pregnant woman. But that's all EMTALA does. That is all EMTALA does, is that it allows them to just get them to the point of stabilization and discharge. That's it. It doesn't fix their issue. It doesn't cure them. It just stabilizes them. So I could go in and I could have had an arm, like my arm amputated, and all they are required to do is make sure that I am given antibiotics, they clean up the site, they sew it up together, I'm watched for a couple of days, and then I'm sent out. It doesn't fix the fact that my arm, I have to still figure out how to get a prosthetic afterwards, right? Or anything else to continue to live.
I understand that, but again, why are we giving a penny, even if it's a state decision? That shouldn't be a state decision. Like, we should be giving.
Why is that not a state decision? If I don't even have bodily autonomy, if my bodily autonomy isn't even up to me based off of what state I live in, why should we not allow states to decide who gets health care? in their states.
That's a bigger question, right? But my point is, and what
Oh
I'm
no,
trying
I
to
mean
say
it's
is
kind
I
of the
don't
same
matter if
thing
it's a
because
penny or it's
let's be
$1,000
clear,
or whatever.
healthcare is
We should
considered a
not be
human
spending
right
money on
according to
illegal
the
migrants when we have
United
people in
Nations,
America who
according
cannot
to the
afford to
UN
live.
and the
That's
Geneva
what I'm
Conventions
trying
and the
to
WHO.
say, and that's my
Healthcare
only
is
point
considered a human
relative
right.
to why
Abortion
I
is
actually
considered a
voted for
human
Trump.
right. I'm so glad that you are demonizing 1% of the population that you think is
And
so
what
bad.
about New York giving free hotels? I live in San Francisco.
Oh,
actually,
New
and
York.
you know how
Okay,
much
fantastic.
money
No,
that
I'm
they
glad
give
you
to
brought
migrants?
up. No, I'm glad you brought up New York. Fantastic.
No, bring it. Let's talk about San
Yeah,
Francisco.
no,
I live
let's.
in San
No,
Francisco.
you
They-
brought up
they
New
give
York
millions
first.
and
Thank you,
millions of
Lee, for
dollars
becoming a member. We just need
people.
one more member on the tube of views. Okay, so you brought up New York, staying in hotels. Fantastic. How did anyone how did any immigrant, we're not even going to talk about status for a second, how did any of those immigrants get to New York City?
By some mode of transportation, I believe via Texas or some other route.
They did come from Texas. Greg Abbott is very proud about the fact that he put immigrants on buses,
because the people
and
who
bus them
support
to
them
New York
don't
City.
wanna pay.
No, this is great. Thank you. I love this. So, Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis put immigrants on buses that you say were illegal, right? And then they were given hotels in New York City,
Well, when
correct?
you come into this country and
They
you're
were
not
illegal.
documented, you're breaking the law.
No,
so
no, no,
yes,
no.
that'd be
So
illegal.
they were illegal. So why hasn't? Okay, bear with me. Why hasn't Greg Abbott or Ron DeSantis been brought up for human trafficking charges for illegally trafficking illegal immigrants from one state to another across multiple state lines? That is a felony. That is a federal charge going that far, that many states. Why hasn't Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis been brought up for human trafficking charges? No, I need you to answer it for me because this could happen under Trump right now too if this is such a big deal and if they weren't supposed to be there. Why hasn't Donald Trump directed his Department of Justice to bring up Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott on human trafficking charges for sending busloads of illegal immigrants to New York City, which is a felony from the states of Texas and Florida? Why?
I have no answer to that, to be honest.
Awesome. I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer. They were all legal immigrants. Every single one of them. Because if they weren't, they would have been brought up on human trafficking charges because it's a felony to bring someone that is undocumented. They were all legal immigrants. They had asylum status, they had refugee, they had parolee, and TPS status. They all had status. They were all documented immigrants.
Maybe they moved to the legal ones with the documents because of the large load that was coming in. So they're like, hey, this is too much. Let's send the legal ones so we don't break more rules, and let's unfortunately have to keep the ones who are illegal. I think we're going away off.
So but you can admit now that you were wrong. You can admit now that you were wrong that the immigrants that were bused to New York City were all documented immigrants, and so therefore it was New York's policy that they offered them 1 day of free fucking housing and then $12 and it was 12 it was 1 day. I'm sure you haven't looked at it. I'm sure you haven't looked at it. No, they had to actually pay for it out of themselves. No. It's because you don't know enough. I already did. You're not listening. You can't even admit that you were wrong.
I just said that I don't have things written down as far as
You can't even admit that you're wrong. Can't even go down a line of thinking, critical thinking. This is what gets me. You're lacking in critical thinking. Thank you, Search, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. I think I missed one during my own conversation. Sorry, guys. Thank you, HW, for the $1. Sanctuary states get money from federal government, and so do so does states like Texas. Border states do too. They all get money from the federal government to house immigrants. But it's specifically legal immigrants that are allowed to be housed for what they do. Anything after that is up to the state and their policies, states like California. If they use their state tax dollars in order to fund or house undocumented immigrants. Thank you, Tara. Joey, I don't know if you realize this, but the guy talked for 5 minutes without me interrupting him. And then I asked him a question. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Chris. Chris, thank you for the 2 on the blue app. Said I woke up very upsetty spaghetti, but your live turned my mood around. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could help. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
29.
Can you talk into your microphone?
Hi.
Nope, still hard to hear you.
Oh.
Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
No, actually, well, when it happened, I wasn't old enough. But, I just want to say, who do you support?
Then you're not 21. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
23.
Did you vote for Trump?
No, but I'm just watching the stream and I'm seeing something, and so these guys keep talking about how people that aren't from America, like they aren't citizens, and people aren't born in America. I don't think these people realize that America was built on immigration. If you want to really get down into the nitty-gritty, nobody's from America. If you're not Native American or Mexican, you're really not from America. And I just don't understand why these white guys think they can claim land that's not theirs, knowing it's not theirs. But again, I was the caller calling these guys white supremacists, and that's what it is, because they're still trying to claim land that's not theirs. They never gave us an acre and a mule. They never gave other populations, other races, stuff that they promised. They've just been lying and enslaving people. They're doing the same thing right now in Gaza. They're just helping enslave people. So I just don't understand why these people can't get that the land is not theirs, and they're fighting so hard to get land that's not theirs. And it's only now that people have the technology and the fruition, I guess, to learn and not have to really go search for these facts. The facts are just right there in front of them. I just can't really understand why they're so mad at races trying to do better for themselves because they want to hold on to stolen land.
Okay. No, I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I appreciate you, man. Enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
Did you vote for Trump?
Of course.
Do you still support him?
Yes.
What's the main reason you still support Trump?
A million reasons.
Just start with one.
Let's see. Illegal immigration.
Do you guys have anything else to talk about?
Is that not a good enough reason for you? I'm sorry.
I've been on live for an hour and 38 minutes, and I've talked about that this entire time. I understand you probably just scrolled in, so how about you choose something else?
Maybe because it became a problem over the last 4 years. Maybe that's why you won. Did you ever think of that in your big head?
Oh, actually, we have
no,
exit polling.
Actually,
we have exit polling. Actually, we have exit polling that shows that the number one reason.
Yeah.
I'm not, sir. Thanks.
Sir,
The
what
number
is the
one.
economy?
Oh my
Go on,
goodness.
go on.
Okay.
Sir, you just assume my gender? Calm down.
Actually, sir is considered to be gender neutral. I'm so glad you know anything. But yeah. Cool. I'm so glad you know anything. So let's be clear. We have exit polling that shows that the main reason that people voted for Donald Trump was actually the cost of goods and their groceries. Literally.
Yeah, that's what I just said. The economy. Can you hear?
You said immigration.
Yeah, and then, well, you were trying to talk over me. I said economy.
No, you didn't.
You might want to watch that back.
No, because you didn't.
Very good. your ears checked. But yeah, all right. So
Sounds like you
What
should
did-
get your ears checked.
what's your question?
Wow. I said, do you have
What's your
anything?
question? No, what's your question? Hello, did someone drop you on your head? Or were you just born slow? That's what I thought. So, Donald Trump's the president. What are you gonna do? Just had to bitch and moan. On a live stream. Come on. Tell me what you're gonna do. How are you gonna fight back? Poor little girl. Can't do nothing about it. Dang, you're still there? You got more callers calling in? You must love me. Makes sense you don't want to debate. Come on, put your mic on, little girl. Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't worry, I'm giving you 1,000,000 likes on stream.
Alright, guys, we'll just get back to this. There's the part that I absolutely love. This guy doesn't know anything of what he's talking about, doesn't have any kind of smart bone in his body, but wants to, you know, try to go through and insult me for what? Because I let him get out his fee-fees. I just want to let you know, caller, that you now owe me $10 because I've given you 5 minutes of my time to be your little therapist to get your feelings out on the table. I understand that it probably really hurt your feelings that I just went silent and nobody was directly engaging
Can
with
you
you. That
handle
was
it?
obvious because you had to go
you
to
don't wanna-
personal
you don't wanna put me
insult
on mute
in
again?
order to actually say anything.
You don't wanna put me on mute again?
And you see how throughout all of that I didn't
No?
go to a personal
No?
insult until after you did it first.
That's what I
That's very
thought.
super
What
super
personal
duper
insults are you on
interesting to
about?
me when people do that.
Where
I
did
didn't
I
go to them, but
personally
you
insult
did.
you?
And
You
it's
might
just
be-
very
you might be a
interesting
little
that
bit
anybody does
overweight,
anything
but
like
that's
this. You
not-
can't even keep
have
track of your
anything
own
to do with me.
arguments, your own reasoning for why you voted for Trump. You said
So
it was
wh- so-
immigration, and then when I was
why
trying
do
to
you
correct
mute-
you on the
so why
exit
do you mute
polling,
someone
you
that
just
disagrees
went
with
down
you
what a
when
line and
the whole
were like,
purpose of
oh,
your
I don't
show
know.
is to
No,
call
I
in
did
and
say
say,
economy. I did
"Oh,
say
blah, blah, blah,
economy.
blah,
Nope, no one heard you say economy. You said illegal immigration, and I asked you to talk about something different. And you said, why? You can't talk about it? Like, no, I just literally spent
Well, I
an
did.
hour
You
and
can go
38
back
minutes
and watch your
talking
live
about
stream if you're not
illegal
dumb enough.
immigration and the fact that you guys are so dehumanizing, so demoralizing to people. You think that you have some kind of moral standing, a moral leg up on
But we
anything
won.
like
How
this,
did we
and
win?
you
How
literally
did we
never
win?
said the
Somehow
economy.
we
You
won.
can't even keep
Somehow
track
we
of your
won.
own arguments, but you want to
How did
insult
we do
me,
it?
call
How
me
did we
little
do it?
girl, while you have a misunderstanding
How
that
did
sir
we
is a
win?
gender neutral term, because prior to people being called ma'am in the military, women, if they were in places of power or in a higher position of power, they weren't called ma'am, they were called sir. I'm so sorry that you have a lack of understanding that sir is in fact gender neutral, but it hurts your feelings for you to be called sir. Wow, I guess I gotta remember that. I guess this little boy doesn't understand anything in regards to that. You've already shown exactly what you are. You're a little boy, or you're a little kid, or you're a child. Oh, you know, let's go all the way back. Let's be completely gender neutral. You are a child. CHILD. You're a little child. See, the words that I would like to say would probably get me kicked off of TikTok, so I'm not going to say it. But actually, no, we'll go ahead and say it real quick. Let me guess. You're not a child, right? You're a man, right? I'm not a boy. I'm a man. You're actually a little bitch. Just wanted to say that. His voice cracks. So here's the thing that I absolutely love doing. I don't have to listen to them at a certain point. I can just turn the volume all the way off, and I don't have to hear them on my side. It's up to me if I let y'all hear him. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I am 36.
Awesome. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Do you still support him?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you, Tanya, for being here. Sorry, not you, though, talking to a commenter. Awesome. What is the main reason that you still support Trump?
Immigration.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
That's a very big part of it. What? Give me something that you'd like to talk about. Ask me a question.
I mean, I did, but I asked the last guy too, like, do we have anything else to talk about aside from immigration? Because I've now spent an hour and 45 minutes talking about it, and I understand you probably just scrolled into the stream. That's cool.
Yeah, I just saw your stream. I apologize. Yeah, I just now got into your stream.
Yeah, figured that, and that's totally fine, but that's why I'm like, do you have any other reason to support Donald Trump, or is immigration your only thing?
No, immigration is definitely not my only thing. Jobs. He's wanting to bring more jobs from all around the world. He wants to bring a lot of this back to America.
How's that going for him?
Going pretty good. Yeah.
It's going good.
Have you heard of? Yeah. Have you heard of all of these auto industries and stuff?
Oh, but no,
now?
It's great to say that it's going great, but we have no actual proof of it. What's the unemployment rate?
What's
the unemployment rate?
Massive.
What's the unemployment rate?
Massive buildings. There's massive buildings.
What's the unemployment rate?
What is it? Tell me. What is it?
4.3%, the highest that it's been since 2020.
Honey, have you seen your comment section? 99% of them
Sorry,
are
2022.
And trying.
I'm aware, and I'm okay with it. I don't care. Y'all can hate follow me. I love hate follows. You guys are so cute.
I don't like
think
hate
you.
followers.
I actually
respect
like
you.
how this is funny that like. Do you see how many people don't like you in your chat when I'm pointing out a fact that our unemployment rate is the highest that it's ever been, set like for a while, like since 2022. Like, well, this is also in June when we have a reported job loss of 13,000 jobs. Is the first time that we've had a job loss since 2020 when Donald Trump was first in office. First month that we've ever had a job loss since 2020. But here I am supposed to believe that we have all of these jobs coming into the United States of America. But because that doesn't suit your narrative, you want to go and you're not able to address the comment. So you go to my comment. So you go to be like, have you seen your chat on YouTube? Yeah, bro, the chat is running. It happens. I do read some of them.
I mean, you do this to every one of your callers almost. You'll mute them. You'll do everything you can, and then you'll talk over them. I mean, and
I just want to let you know I charge $10 every 5 minutes for therapy.
For therapy? You really think you're a therapist?
No.
You're far from a therapist, honey.
Oh no, I just said that. Didn't I just say that? I said no. You asked, do you really think that I'm a therapist? I said no.
What are your pronouns? What are your pronouns?
Now this is odd. Why are we going there?
Mine's an Apache helicopter.
That's a thing? That would be a noun. Like do you know what the difference is between a pronoun? Thing, right? Do you know what the difference is between a noun and a pronoun? Right? What's the difference between a noun and a pronoun?
I know. I went to school. Okay. All right.
It doesn't sound like it.
So.
Are you sure? So what's a noun and what's a pronoun?
How many genders are there?
You used a noun in place of a pronoun. So are you sure? Can you tell me again what your pronouns are?
I wish we could get into an actual conversation about Trump.
You went down this topic, not me.
You helped me.
I helped you?
So let's get back on topic.
I'm pretty sure that the only thing I pointed out was that you weren't able to address the job loss, the unemployment rate increasing.
We've ever had.
Oh.
Let's talk about the greatest president we've ever had in our life.
Gotcha. Yeah, so again, we have to like pivot again because you're not able to address the points that I made. The fact that the unemployment rate is it's gone up for the first time in the last 2 years, that we've had a 1 month of job loss for the first time in the last 5 years that we've seen, right? That we haven't seen a job loss.
What areas?
We
What
haven't seen a
areas
job
what
loss.
areas are
Oh,
dropping?
actually, I
What
love this
areas are
one.
job loss?
I love this one. Manufacturing. Manufacturing is the industry that is experiencing an active job loss. Manufacturing has lost 176,000 jobs under Donald Trump. I fucking love that for you. I fucking love that for you. I love that. Just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. Like, I fucking love this, okay? I love this for Trump. I love this for individuals such as yourself that say you still voted, like, you still support Donald Trump because he's bringing manufacturing back to America, when in fact we're seeing witnessing an active job loss in that industry in the United States of America. We have lost jobs in the manufacturing industry. This is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which that one woman, that Biden appointee, gosh darn Biden appointee, right, that Donald Trump already got rid of. Okay, these are the numbers that came out afterwards, because they report and they keep track of the industries that are experiencing these job losses. And these are, for those in the comments that want to say that it's illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants are not counted in the job reports. They only count legal citizens. They only count citizens and permanent residents in their reports. That's the only people that they count. So it is so funny to me, and I absolutely love this for Trump and Trump voters, that we are bringing back manufacturing to America, and yet, oh my God, that is the exact industry that we are losing jobs from. We are doing such a great job in the manufacturing industry in the United States of America right now. I love this for you. I absolutely love this for you. Yeah.
Do you think your Indian, white, black friend would be able to do better?
I just love this. I love this for you.
Do you think she'd have done better?
I just love this for you.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Oh, you haven't even been able to address anything that I just said. You're just over here screaming and asking,
Because
what
you're
aboutism?
mumbling. You won't let me talk, lady. The whole time you're talking over me.
Oh, wow, she accepted up. I don't need you anymore. All right, Blue, what's your damage from the comments? I don't often get to talk to women Trump supporters, so this is always fun. So why is it that you why do you still support Trump?
No way, I don't support Trump.
Oh, but you're using Trump phrases in the, you said TDS right here, so that sounds like something a Trump supporter says.
I thought the guest was TDS. I
thought
that the guest was named Ari.
Oh, you're talking about because of my account at the bottom? Got it.
I got confused.
No worries, it happens a lot.
The guy talking was Ari, so I was just saying he must have TDS. Isn't that what they call it when they're deranged for Trump?
Yes.
TDS?
Yeah, I think it should be TTS.
I was agreeing with you.
Okay,
totally,
no problem.
100%.
Sorry, Blue.
But,
Friendly fire.
Opposition.
There's always a lot of them. Hold on. Oh, she left. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
39.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did both times.
Okay, and you still support him?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you, man. You have a good one. Let me see. Giselle, thank you for the high five. Oh, Rayman, I'm so sorry I hurt your fifis. If you pay me $10, I will let... Heidi, thank you for subscribing on TikTok. Rayman, if you want to pay me $10, I will let you come up here and spill out all of your feelings for 5 minutes. How's that sound? In order for me to listen to you cry, I charge $10 5 minutes. your callers in YouTube chat are abusive. Stay awesome. Thanks, Dakota. I appreciate that. Who am I letting talk? There is nobody here. When you have car manufacturing companies hiring 500 illegals at one plant, that's what you're going to get unemployment issues. Oh, tell me. Let me try this for you, Daryl. I want to try this for you. When did this raid occur? 500 is a slight exaggeration. It was 475 people detained by chance, and they're still reviewing their work status. So these were just individuals that were detained, okay? They're still reviewing their work status. Can you remind me what month that this occurred in? What month did this occur in? Was it... Was it September? Oh. It was just this month. So when we're talking about a 4.3% unemployment rate, that's August unemployment rate. Do you see how that works? And again, our unemployment rate does not include undocumented, illegal, or unauthorized migrants. It only includes citizens and permanent residents in the unemployment numbers. I love this for you. Also, 300 of them have already been released back into the country out of 475. Isn't that funny? Because they were allowed to be here and working. Wow. 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 I love how everybody's still like, they've been deporting them all year. Let's try this again. Let's try this critical thinking again. The Bureau of Labor Statistics only counts, guess what? Citizens and permanent residents in their numbers that they're reporting on. Isn't that funny? And when we're talking about manufacturing losing jobs, it's from layoffs and furloughs. It's not about people being deported. It's about the company cut the jobs. Not that they lost these employees. They cut the jobs. Do you understand how that works? I'm sincerely curious. All right, Raymond, do you want to come up and give me 10 and I will let you cry for 5 minutes on the phone. Guys, if I see some grayed out team memberships on TikTok, send your heart me. It costs a penny. We got this. Just saying. I want you guys to engage in critical thinking. I would need you to engage in critical thinking. Okay? Look up what the Bureau of Labor Statistics keeps track of, how they keep track of it. Okay? Yes, Rob, Ron, that is true. And see that they keep track of it with permanent residents and citizens, not undocumented, not illegal, and they keep track of how many jobs the company reports that they cut. I'm just asking you to do a little bit of critical thinking. Yes, Makata over on the Purple app. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for sending your first time chat over in the... Yeah, Friendly Fire was so bad. Oh, Makara says that I have some great rates for therapy. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on some of these. Oh yeah. Let's do a reminder of all of these investments that Donald Trump claims that are coming into the country. I want to remind you guys of a couple of different things. So we've heard these very similar investments before, and what we know happened, right? No, sorry, Swarovski, I take cash money. What we know happened is that specifically Apple, right? Apple first promised Donald Trump in his first presidency $350,000. Okay? And what they did instead is they toured him around a plant that was built and was already producing iPads in Texas that was finished in 2013 and was actively producing iPads since 2013. Thanks, Obama. Toured him around that facility in 2019 and told him it was a new plant, and he told everybody that it was a new plant. That's what we know happens. Very similar to Donald Trump claiming that the Honda plant in Indiana is brand new because it's now going to be building Civics instead of CRVs. The Honda plant in Indiana has been open since, I want to also say, 2014. Without me double checking that. But it's been open since prior to Trump. You guys fall for everything. And it's quite sad. Thank you, Tara, for the 30. Tara said, all I can say is you bring so much truth to your lives, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Of course, Tara, I hope you're still in here. Anytime. Paul said, here's $5 for the last guest therapy. So, if you call that a new plant, no, the new Hyundai plant isn't even new. Thank you, Linda, for the 2 over on the YouTubes. Okay, guys, I'm just saying, you guys literally fall for anything that Donald Trump tells you. And it's hilarious to me. It really is. But, you know what? Maybe we got time for one more caller. We'll find out. Let's see. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 39.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did not the first time, but I did the second time.
Did you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yep.
Do you still support him as the acting president on September 7, 2025?
Be honest, I don't really support anybody in government, but he was the lesser of two evils, I believe.
Did you just come into the live?
Huh?
Did you just come into the live?
No, I've been watching you for a bit.
Okay. So did you not hear me earlier when I talked about that calling somebody evil is making a claim towards morality, and then I needed somebody to reason how someone was someone like Biden or Harris. No, it's a morality claim, and if you can't understand that evil is strictly a morality term. So
I'm not
now
talking about morality.
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
basically the lesser of two.
Done. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah. What? Am I live?
You are. How old are you?
29.
Did you vote for Trump?
For me, it doesn't really matter. Whoever falls.
Okay. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. How old are you?
I am 36.
36. Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Do you still support him?
Unfortunately, I was until this year. I do not.
Okay. I appreciate that, man. You have a good one. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
No shit, I'm here, ain't
Hey, do you know what no means?
I? What's that?
Do you understand that no is a complete sentence?
What's that?
Do you understand that no is a complete sentence?
You tell me.
That is a yes or no question.
What are you
I'm
gonna
asking your understanding. Do you understand that no is a complete sentence?
I just called into your stream, bitch. Either ask me a question or shut the fuck up.
I did ask you a
Besides
question.
this
Are you
dumbass
okay?
one. Yes, besides this dumbass question. I don't care for your...
Okay, well, I know that you've called back and I've now hung up on you 3 times prior to you just calling again.
Yes, you have.
So, do you know what a boundary
I
is?
appreciate you taking my call.
Do you know what a boundary is?
No.
A boundary
Go on.
is when I've hung up on you more than once. That means stop, and that means no, don't call back.
Well,
now
do-
I definitely
do
understand
you-
why you're still supporting Donald Trump. He doesn't understand boundaries either. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
24.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, actually.
Do you still support him?
Yes.
What year were you born? Yeah, I would hang up too. Yes, Megan. Remember, consent exists outside of the bedroom. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi,
Hello. How old are you?
I'm 34. My name's Thumper.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
42.
All right. Did you vote for Trump?
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you still support him?
Hell yeah. Why not?
Awesome. What year were you born?
1972. MAGA, baby.
That would be older than 42, but it was a nice try, I guess. At least know the year that you were born for the year that you're claiming, or the age that you're claiming, before you call in and lie. Also, guys, over on TikTok, I just put up that gift just out of curiosity. Nobody has to send it. It's just up there. Let's just get the likes to 250. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can't complain. Nobody ever listens.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Correct.
You did. And how old are you? I'm sorry.
Well, you 42, 43.
43. Okay.
July 12th, 1982.
Yeah, see, somebody knows what year they were born. Fantastic. And gets it right. Okay. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, 100%.
Awesome. What is your main reason that you still support Trump?
Why? Because he's preparing the United States for war with China. And he's doing a hell of a job of doing it.
I'm sorry. Wasn't this supposed to be the party of no new wars?
Well, Trump is not going to be the one starting the war. He's preparing the United States for the inevitable war, which is bound to happen by 2027, 2028, according to our admirals.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Unless, I guess, it's not considered a war that we're responsible for unless we start it now? Is that what it is? So
Yes and no.
yes and no? Which one is it?
Yes and no. Well, really, it doesn't matter who starts the war
Doesn't
as
matter who
long
starts
as
it?
the United States is in the #1 position.
Oh,
So
okay. So then aren't we supposed to be the party of no new wars?
Well, no party can really have no new wars. As much
But
as
that's what
anybody
Donald
does.
Trump said. He said there were no wars when I was president. No new wars occurred when I was president, which also is just a total lie. But
I mean, no president can say that there's going to be no new
then
wars
why did
under
Donald
any
Trump say it?
administration. Well, I mean, why does anybody say anything? You know, to give the American people an idea
Why are
that
then why are we
everything
giving
will
him a
be all
slide
right.
for lying? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense. No, it does not make sense. You're right. But let me give you some facts. The United States has recently
can
conducted
try.
war games with China, and out of the 10 war games, we won 3 times out of 10. So, meaning that it is, if we went to war with China tomorrow, the United States would definitely
Did you say
lose.
we won 3 times out of 10?
Correct. Out of
Oh,
the 10 war
interesting.
games played, we won 3 times out of 10. And during these war games, it was only conventional. There wasn't no nuclear weapons, biological, all conventional. We won 3 times out of 10 games.
Thank you, Chris,
So,
for
if
doing that. Keep
if
going.
if that's the case, and we went to war with China, of course we would definitely lose. So that would be the reason why for all the tariffs, especially the high ones against China. You know, businesses are flying left and right out of China. You know, the country's going to shit, and we haven't even fired a shot yet. And then the same thing with the immigration issue. Yeah, it's a shitty way he's going about busting up people and grabbing them up off the jobs and all. But I understand that's a necessary evil.
It's
Only
not.
because, okay, there was, what, I think
Do you want to know why it's not a necessary evil?
Go ahead.
Because he campaigned on getting rid of all of the criminals. He didn't campaign on getting rid of people that just existed here. Oh, that's a really cute one. Thank you, Carrie.
No, but what he did campaign on was keeping the United States safe at all costs and at any cost.
At all
Here's some more
costs.
facts.
That's troublesome language.
Maybe, but here's some more facts for you. There were approximately 65,000 illegal Chinese immigrants that came into this country illegally in the last 2 years.
65. Where can I find that?
Google it all you want. I think it was like
65,000 illegal Chinese immigrants last 2 years? You do realize that the
Correct.
last 2 years includes the last 7 months.
Okay, well, let me reverse then. Not the last 7 months then.
Okay,
Prior
sorry. You said
to-
this is
prior to his-
encounters. Can you tell me how CBP defines encounters?
Say that one more time.
These are encounters. They're not, and it's also was high. Encounters rate was higher than that. Can you tell me how CBP defines an encounter?
No. Maybe
You can't?
can.
I
don't wanna go
can.
across the-
Yeah, I actually can. So a Customs and Border Protection encounter is any interaction between U.S. Customs and Border Protection and a removable alien, including people unlawfully crossing the border between official ports of entry, individuals deemed inadmissible at a port of entry, and those expelled under the Title 42 Public Health Order and Title 8. So what this means is that encounters are all individuals that were rejected or not allowed into the country by Customs and Border Protection. So that means that they weren't even allowed into the country. So where can I find that? I did exactly what you asked me to do. I Googled 65,000 Chinese immigrants coming into the United States. Couldn't find anything. In fact, all I found was that they were encountered, which means that they were not allowed into the country.
Let me back up. When I looked online a few months ago, it was like 2024. There was around 36,000 Chinese immigrants that came over illegally across the border, according to Customs. And the year prior to that was like.
Are you talking
24,
about
26,000.
encounters? Because I would love to know where on
Maybe
CBP, we're on CBP's website, they are tallying up the number of people allowed into the country.
Well, these were not people allowed in the country. These were an estimate given to the amount of illegal Chinese immigrants. And the reason why I want to
An estimate
emphasize
given.
on the
So it's
Chinese-
just, it's an unquantifiable number that they're just somehow, how would they know, if it's an estimate and they don't know these people and they weren't allowed into the country, how do they know specifically that they were Chinese?
Okay, all right. Well, then let's just forget the number then. Let's just speak on facts then. Did you know...
You haven't said
China-
anything that's factual.
Okay, well, here's some facts for you. Did you know that China passed a law about 3-4 years ago? It will be under Article 7 that all Chinese immigrants must commit espionage and spying acts for the Communist Party. There's some facts for you.
Article 7, Chinese law, espionage.
Now, being that that is a law, and even though I'm sure a lot of them come here just for the hard working, we'll just say there was just 10,000 illegal immigrants. If out of those 10,000, if 100 of them had intentions, bad intentions,
You're going to
towards this
stop.
country-
Just stop for a second.
Go ahead.
Cool. All right, so this is someone that's actually translating the law. Let's see, I can put this up here. I love how people just talk out their ass.
Negative.
That's a good point too. Yeah, that's all you've been doing, dude. You can say negative, but that's literally all you've been doing. The obligation in Article 7 for citizens and organizations to cooperate with intelligent networks has been held up as proof that Chinese citizens and businesses are all potential espionage risks. Yet, in analyzing the law's text, it is far from clear that it would was ever intended to require active participation in information gathering or sharing. More importantly, even an accurate understanding of the law isn't very useful in addressing the threat of espionage and setting up our own immigration policies. So let's see. Specifically, it says all organizations and citizens shall support, assist, and cooperate with national intelligence efforts in accordance with the law and shall protect national intelligence work secrets that they are aware of. So this is saying that they're protecting Chinese secrets.
No.
It says that they are protecting Chinese secrets. Hey, Ethan.
Say it again. They're not.
It literally. Okay, let me try this again. All organizations and citizens shall support, assist, and cooperate with national intelligence efforts in accordance with law and shall protect national intelligence work secrets they are aware of.
Look.
That literally says that they are protecting their own Chinese secrets.
They are not protecting their own Chinese.
That's literally what it says. Are you a lawyer?
Actually, no, I am not.
You're not? Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. I do want to point out that somebody wants to say, Grizz wants to point out to you that if this is such a worry, that Article 7 of Chinese law is such a concern for you, do you support the fact that Donald Trump just agreed to give out 600,000 student visas to Chinese students to come to the United States?
Well, that's kind of weird that he's going to go ahead and that came out and did that, since, to my understanding, he just revoked 600,000 Chinese student visas.
Oh, did he? Where can I find that source? Because he actually has already talked about publicly about allowing Chinese immigration for students in student visas.
I just read, I mean, it wasn't no more than maybe a week ago or so. I saw it was like 200,000 or 600,000 Chinese visas. They were
specifically
revoked,
Chinese?
Especially since the incident that happened with the 2 college students that had those, the seeds that were quite possibly a biological weapon, which would probably cause real problems for the United States agricultural.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's backtrack back to the Chinese. Well, let's not even say Chinese. Let's put it in pretense like this. Say 100 people have ill intentions on the United States that came here illegally. How long do you think it would take the United States to be able to find them if they had ill intentions toward the United States? Keep in mind that it took 9 months to find one man in a hole with military boots on the ground.
I love this for everybody. I always love this.
Okay.
BBC, 6 days ago. I love this. Trump defends his U-turn stance on Chinese student visas after MAGA backlash. So it means he's still defending this. U.S. President Donald Trump has defended his decision to issue 600,000 Chinese student visas despite a backlash from some supporters. So meaning that Donald Trump is still actively talking about giving out 600,000 student visas to Chinese nationals. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, even though if that may be true, I'm sure there will be plenty of stipulations considering security background.
Sir, you don't know anything. Can you admit at this point that you honestly don't know anything?
No, I know pretty much.
You don't. Every war game scenario between U.S. and China over Taiwan shows we win, but it will cost us live ships, 90% win rate. Let me check that out. I'm actually curious about that. And I love how everybody gets so offended that if I don't know something offhand or that I want to put up a piece of information that is proving what I'm talking about, that somehow it's bad that I look things up. Why is it bad that somebody would actively look stuff up in research? Is it because individuals just want to believe what they heard? Well, thank you for the 800 yen. I believe that's yen. How you manage to keep calm while this dude is cheering on a war with China is divine patience. As an American abroad, this terrifies me. Requiem? I don't get it. I honestly don't understand how anybody's cheering on wars with any country. Us getting boots on the ground in any country is scary. Us okaying a war with any country is not fucking okay. Like, this was, he campaigned on being the party of peace, the president of no new wars. He said that we won't, if you elect Kamala Harris, we're going to see World War III. But if you elect me, we're going to completely avoid World War III. But this guy is talking about we're going to have World War III with China by 2027, 2028, which is under Donald Trump's presidency. Was that another lie? Is that another tally mark I can put in the lie? You're awesome. Google Chinese biolab in California. Okay. It's not typing. Yeah, it looks like they were closed up in March of 2023 after they were raided. And they were unlicensed. They just had ties, suspected ties to Chinese nationals. Okay. Sounds like a W Biden for doing the work. CDC has disputed these claims. Okay, congressional report released in November 2023 was critical of the CDC's prevention and handling of the incident, claiming the agency refused to test samples and did not respond adequately. CDC disputed these claims, stating it was actively engaged with its regulatory compliance and authority. Okay. W. Biden for closing it down? I mean, I believe it. Like, there are going to be shady places all over the United States of America. That's a true statement. It is a diversion to get immigrants to come into the country so we can deport them. Listen, let's be very clear, guys. To start with, Donald Trump isn't just deporting illegal immigrants. He is deporting people that are here with legal status, legal claim to be in the United States of America, revoking them of their legal status in order to make them deportable. That's what Donald Trump is doing. The claim originally when he was out on, yeah, all the time, Great Keys. When Donald Trump was out campaigning, was that he was going to get rid of the illegals. He was going to deport the illegal immigrants. He didn't say anything about revoking status. It's always been everybody needs to come in the right way. But when people come in the right way, we see Donald Trump and his administration working to actively revoke their status after coming here the right way. So which one is it? Do you want people to come in the right way? Or do you want no immigration at all? Because those are your two options. He's literally revoking status. So which one is it? Do you want people to come in the right way? Or do you want no immigration? Thank you, Zazu, for the kissy puppy. Oh, so young Bando, you're telling me that Donald Trump, we have no record of Donald Trump picking up people that are going to their immigration hearings, which is the legal process, or leaving their immigration hearing, which is meaning that they're going through the legal process. That's very interesting. I was running a little bit over, Moose. I know my time was a little bit up. Yeah, see, at least someone's honest in the chat. Says no immigration. Sure. And I hope you never reproduce.
You're awesome.
I have an earnest question. These people aren't going to be debated. It's not a debate, it's conversation. There is no fact they'll respect. That's true, they don't. How would you recommend actually getting America on the same page and to bridge this ideological gulf? There is a term for this that I can't remember exactly what the word is. Goodness me, what's that political metric term? I know, Stormy, we can't, but people are silly. I think the hard part is right now, Donald Trump has to do something so egregious that everybody can get on the same page at this point. Guys are it would be a tipping point. That's not what the word I'm looking for. It's not the phrase that I'm looking for. Let's see. I know it. That's the problem. Like, I know it. Oh well. The economy isn't it, Stone. They're still giving him a pass for it. And now when we're talking about the Epstein files, they're still giving him a pass for it. There are plenty of them that are moving away from it, and that's true. I'll tell you this. I think the worst thing that we can actually do for individuals that are left-leaning or just not so in support of Trump, the worst thing that we can actually do is go out of our way to call someone a Yahtzee, an N-A-Z-I, since I can't say the word on TikTok because TikTok is sensitive. Catalyst is close. Inflection points, almost there. Those are close. They're not the exact word that I'm looking for. It's okay. And I think that if we can scale back, the left-leaning individuals can scale back some of their own negative rhetoric that doesn't get them anyway when we're boxing people into something, a category that we know isn't necessarily true. Right? Not everybody is a Yahtzee, right? We have actual neo-Yahtzee groups in America. That's true. We can all call them Yahtzees, right? We can all call them Yahtzees. But calling a normal, regular Trump voter a Yahtzee gets us nowhere. Okay? Calling, like, it doesn't do with them anyway. Unless they actually have the dog whistles in their usernames or they say a dog whistle, then that's a problem. If they say something that points that way, then I think that's the issue. That's when you could potentially call them a Yahtzee. So, and you have to look at people like the Fox News hosts that are like, let's just reclaim this N-word and then start calling themselves Yahtzees. Do you see how it just, like, it divides us further to do stuff like that? And I think it pushes them away. And I think that's part of the issue. Like, yes, unless they play Yahtzee, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to do something that actually pushes that out. I can't agree with that, Kira, because I've talked to several people that have regretted their vote, and then they understand what they did wrong with their vote and what's coming out of it. It just, the problem is with, oh gosh, what is the name of it? I'm actually gonna look that up. The problem is there's only so much in general that we can do to try to push these things forward, right? There's honestly only so much. Okay. There's only so much coming together that we can do. Precipice. We have to, yeah, something has to push us over a precipice. Something has to get us to that point. That wasn't the exact word, but I do like it better than everything else. Get it up to the precipice. All right? Do I think it's fine for every time that I call someone a bigot? No, I'm very selective on when I call someone a bigot or if I call someone being racist, okay? I'm very selective on when I use those words. I don't call all of them that way, even if I consider them that. And I think that's important because I am not here to cause division. Oh, I know, Nicole. I agree with you. I am. That's not my intention. Is my intention to bring them all to the other side? Absolutely not. In no way, in shape, or form. I am here to talk to the people that are listening. That are listening in on the conversations, that are actually sitting here in the comment section, that are tippy typing away, whatever it is. Like I'm here for them and for them to listen to what I'm saying. I am not here for anything else. Okay? It's like, and I'll put it this way, guys. If even like my dad knows that I do this. My dad voted for Trump. And he is not so far in or so far up Donald Trump's ass that even he can realize that Donald Trump is fucking up. And I have these conversations with him. I don't even have to bring it up. He will tell me, I disagree with Trump doing this. Specifically like the executive order that Donald Trump wrote in saying that we are now going to re-accept all of the military members that use the C-19 vaccination as an excuse to get out of the military. Okay? He vehemently disagrees with that. He is an Army veteran. 24-year vet. Okay? He understood that from his years of service, right? That individuals that have enlisted, they sometimes feel as though they've made a mistake and they are looking for an excuse in order to exit the military. And they utilize that excuse. So he inherently disagrees with allowing them back into the military. But more specifically about giving them back pay for exiting out of the military. And y'all can you guys can believe me or not. I don't usually go into anecdotal stories, but I'm giving you an example of someone that understands and why I try not to lump all Trump voters into one bucket. Because there are individuals that are completely capable of critical thinking within that voter base. To say otherwise is just insulting them. Sometimes during these conversations, I go into generalizations, and I admit that. All right? I admit that. However, that is usually in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the conversation. And that's just what it is. Oh, well, thank you, Hoodlum. Well, sorry, the good Hoodlum. Let's be Tim. You're Tim. Sorry, I read that all wrong. And again, like, you guys can disagree with me. You can feel that way. Anything else. But I'm just explaining things to you. All right? And you guys can laugh at all of this. Oh, I threw my own dad under the bus? Did I, Carlos? You want to explain to me how? My dad has no problem saying that he voted for Trump. The difference is I can actually, if I talk politics with him, I can have a meaningful conversation with him. Unlike the majority of the people that call in, that just scream over me, because he's able to critically think and also consider that Donald Trump has done wrong. So here, I'll give you an example of being able to disassociate yourself from the political spectrum and disassociate yourself from both sides, right, is that here are some examples for you of what Donald Trump has done correct. Project Warp Speed. He made animal cruelty a felony. He renewed the Marine Biolife Committee, right? He kept them going. He renewed us putting money into preserving our marine biolife. Okay? These are good things. All right? Now let's look at the other side. Joe Biden did not do enough to secure the border. He did not push Congress hard enough. He did not write executive orders soon enough to do something about the border. He also gave Israel way too much money and waited way too late to cut them off. Joe Biden he relied too heavily on Congress to do anything, instead of using executive orders in a way that Donald Trump has been using and that's shown that it can be semi-effective. Do you guys understand that this is how it works? This is what somebody should be able to do. If it's somebody that voted for Trump, should be able to also be able to tell me at least 3 things that Joe Biden did correctly. You should also be able to tell me 3 things that Donald Trump has done incorrectly. This is how I know that I'm not able to have a conversation with the majority of Trump voters, because you stick on one side. I understand that executive orders are temporary and it's not a good way to govern, but I'm saying that we're seeing that executive orders can in fact be effective. All right?
Awesome.
Unfortunately, the individuals that call into my stream, and I know I've lost a shit ton of viewers on the Red app, and that's okay. I'm literally just talking right now. What we see with the right is that they pretzel themselves in order to argue that something bad that Donald Trump has done is actually a good thing. Or that every single thing that Joe Biden had done that was good was actually a bad thing. A lot of the people that call into my stream are completely unable to see both sides. And you have to take a retrospective, sorry, that's not the right word, but you have to take an outside look of things in order to have understanding and actually have these conversations. If you are not able to articulate to me 3 good things of Joe Biden and also 3 bad negative things that Donald Trump has done, then you are not able to have a good faith conversation. You would not be able to engage in a good faith debate, which is why these are not debates. These are conversations, because you are not able to engage in good faith. No matter what it is, it's always going to be Biden bad, Kamala bad, Trump good. Trump always, always good. But I can have conversations with individuals and I can say, actually, yeah, that was good. Like, Donald Trump has done something good. You guys don't get it. And like, even now, Rocky Road in the comments is still going off saying Biden is easy. He did nothing good. Yeah. The Chips and Science Act, which was actually helping out companies like Intel and NVIDIA. You know, NVIDIA, right, with their now ability to sell their chips in China. That's because of the Chips and Science Act that was signed and passed under Joe Biden's administration. How about the Inflation Reduction Act that after it was signed, every single month over month, we saw a reduction in the inflation rate after the Inflation Reduction Act was signed. We saw an increase after the Infrastructure and Jobs Act was signed under the Biden administration in manufacturing and construction jobs. Wow. The jobs that Donald Trump is pushing for that we have now that we've actually seen a loss in. Wow. Got it. But all of these are bad things, according to Rocky Road. Seeing an increase in being able to produce chips in America, which is now allowing NVIDIA to have a deal with Donald Trump of giving them a share of the profits for all chips sold in China. That's because of the Chips and Science Act. The Infrastructure and Jobs Act also did spur on the manufacturing industry, and we saw an increase in those jobs. Isn't that interesting? The Inflation Reduction Act, we saw a decrease of the inflation rate month over month, every single month after the Inflation Reduction Act was passed. Isn't that interesting? All right, let's go through this, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, Giselle, for the party hat, the 100, the floating hat, the GG, the good games, and the thumbs up. And thank you, Jamie, for the last $1.99 probably of the stream. So I appreciate you guys so much. That's true. I agree with that. Okay, Dr. Seuss. My bad, it's NVIDIA. For somebody that wants to put in the comments, yes, please go. You could have scrolled on like the second you came in to the live. You chose to stay. Nobody made you stay. All right, really quick TikTokers. I'm going to mute for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Twitch and YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I know it's a lot. Oh yeah, Bishop, that new ban that he's talking about is so fucking unconstitutional. So unconstitutional, Bishop. I know. All right. Thank you, everybody. Oh, we just hit 151 followers on Twitch. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. Twitch, same thing. Hit that follow button. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you know when I go live. On Twitch, you can get a free subscription for 1 month if you have an Amazon Prime membership. So I encourage you that you look into that. On YouTube, we do have memberships always available if somebody wants to become a member. It is the cheapest, best way to continue to support me for a low monthly fee, and it encourages me to continue to get on for about 2 hours every day. But I'm going to go ahead and shut it down on YouTube and Twitch, and I appreciate you guys so much for being